Let me say a special good morning to our listeners this morning. First, those of you in our sister isles of Carriacou and Petit Martinique, good morning. How are you this morning? Hope all is well with you. Those of you who are listening via our social media platforms, whether it's the Facebook page, a YouTube channel, good morning. Those of you who are listening via GBN's webpage, gbn.gd, good morning. And the viewers, good morning to you via Channel 7, Channel 11, or Channels 20, good morning, and welcome. Welcome to another edition of To The Point. I'm your host, GT. I'm going to be with you until it's 10 a.m. this morning. Welcome one and all. No guest in with me this morning. So it leads to an open line. Feel free, give me that call, 435-2041. It's Friday, it's the end of the week. It's also the final day of the month also. You think about it, right? All right. Final of the month and end of the week, or the work week for a vast majority of us, I should say. Not the end of the week, but end of the work week for a vast majority of us. Those of us who do the Monday to Friday thing, some of us get the entire weekend off. All right. So feel free to give me that call, 435. It's an open line, which means you listeners and you viewers, feel free to give me that call. I have no particular subject line in mind this morning. I'm just willing to listen to you listeners and viewers of it. There's probably something on your mind that you want to put out there. Feel free to do so. Let's grab the phone line and entertain our very first caller for this morning. And caller, good morning and welcome. How are you? Good morning to you.
Thank you, GT, and always a breath of fresh air on the media.
Good morning to you, sir. How you doing? How was your week, man? How was your week?
Good. I'm learning through your medium. I'm always keen to pay attention when you are on, because I think I've seen the growth in you. Notwithstanding what Tony Julian said this morning in terms of how people evolve in the media. Mm-hmm. But I've seen the growth and I've seen a willingness for you in learning and improving, and that is most important.
I appreciate it, man. Appreciate that.
Anyway, my contribution this morning have to do, first of all, I wanted to respond to the representative of St. Mark's in terms of her complaint or words on the issue of crime and violence in Grenada. I remember that there was a time when ministers and people associated with the then ruling government was not allowed to even admit that there were gangs in Grenada. So to try and use crime and violence as a political tool now, I think is very disingenuous. Also, there's an issue I never understood, that a certain minister at a time cut somebody, albeit that he was found in his land. And up to now, this man was never arrested. I mean, this is something, and although there are some people on the way who red callers who supported that, and even one of your presenters supported that. I mean, if somebody commits something, do something according to, and the law says that you should take certain action, no action wasn't taken against this former minister. And again, on this former minister, I'm talking about former minister Bola now. These people have been so ingenious that, for instance, when he was taken out of government and to be what we would call, and I think I could use the word because that is used in law too, to be a mako for Peter David, to ensure that Peter David didn't have his way in as Assistant General Secretary, taken out of government and put in the party, and said that Mr. Bola said that he was over with politics, frontline politics. But who is more in frontline politics now than him, than Bola, Mr. Bola? And we know that it wasn't his choice to come out of government. It was his master's. And the reason for that was the Marco Peter. Anyway, so to me, I find these people, they are not genuine, and even GBN to some extent, because in January, my organization organized a very successful webinar on crime and violence. It was highly praised by people in the region and international. Yet there was little coverage in Grenada. It was even carried on the newspaper in New York. I mean, nothing was done except that the Grenada Informer had announced, as written on the intention of us having it. So when we're talking about crime, we're not serious about those situations. And I like one of the callers to your earlier colleague's program yesterday, when she said, among other things, I'm forgetting the idea, that I forget the idea. She said a very interesting thing. No, she was talking about how the people that were maybe committing whatever crime now, they were little babies when 20 years ago, and we know who had ruled ruled Grenada for the last 20 years or so, most of the time. So, I mean, if they didn't able to deal with the crime situation, how come that they want to blame the administration 1 year for crime? I've seen it happening in Trinidad where the different political parties blame each other, and up to now, none of them have been able to deal with it. We need to be honest and try and do things that we could really help each other. I mean, we don't teach people to respect one another. We don't teach people not to take things personally. We don't teach people not to make assumptions. We don't teach people to be honest, to be impeccable with their words. And we don't teach people to always do their best. These are things we need to teach, and also teach people to listen. If we learn to do that, then we can help to quell the situation. We also allow people, expose people to all kinds of crime and violence through the media. I mean, we need to be serious. I don't think we're serious other people, all of us. Thank you very much.
Thank you for your contribution as always, caller. Thank you so much for your contribution. Have yourself a great day, what's left of it for the rest of the day, and a great weekend to come. 435-2041, 435. Feel free to give me that call. There's probably something on your mind. It's an open line this Friday morning, so feel free to call and express your views, and probably you have a concern that you may like to speak of. Let's entertain another caller. Caller, you're welcome. Good morning.
Good morning, and thank you. I just want to piggyback on what the first caller spoke about with regards to the utterances made by the NNP representative for St. Mark, as well as that of the gentleman you had on the program representing NNP day before, who spoke about the MNIB, and the other ministers who have been speaking about the condition of the health sector and other areas. I really think these people should be so embarrassed to come on air. I don't know if they think that the Grenadian public is stupid or something. Something has to be wrong with them, and they need to get their facts together before they come on air and make themselves look so foolish. Because, the information is out there, and I cannot see how they're asking about the condition of the MNIB. They're speaking about health. They were in power for all these years. This government is only there 1 year, and they are just going down that road and just carrying on and getting on in this kind of manner instead of assisting and trying to see where they can assist the government in improving these things that is happening in Grenada. So they need to come better than that.
All right, caller. Thank you, caller. Thank you also for your contribution. 435-2041, 435-2041. Open line this morning here on To The Point. The opportunity to express your views and concerns. Let's go back to the phone line. Let's entertain another caller. Caller, you're so welcome. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning to you, sir.
Good. Two issues, but the first one is that of national interest. It's something that has been burning me since it happened, where Grenada has removed its brand as the Isle of Spice to pure Grenada. I find this was rather ridiculous. Everywhere you go in the world, up to now, people say, "Oh, where are you from?" And you say Grenada. They say, "Oh, the Isle of Spice." Right? Now, we remove that brand and we put pure Grenada. Come on, what sense does this make? Every country is pure to itself. Jamaica is pure Jamaica, Antigua is pure Antigua, Grenada is pure Grenada. You don't have to reiterate the point that is the country is a pure country. We were branded as the Isle of Spice, and it's such a nice thing to say, "Oh, I am from the Isle of Spice." We still have our spices. We have our cloves, cinnamon, we have nutmeg. One of the leading producers of nutmeg up to today. And when I really, based on my understanding, it was a foreign investor that came to Grenada and suggested to the previous administration that we must change that brand and put pure Grenada. Come on. We must not, I applaud the implementation of the Citizen by Investment program. It has brought millions of dollars to Grenada. Yet, we must not have the foreign investors overrule our identity as a nation. We must not let that happen. At the end of the day, we are Grenadians. We are born here. They come from away, they come from the various countries, they come to invest in Grenada. Why they come to invest in Grenada? Because Grenada is an ideal place to be, an ideal place to invest. Because we already set that foundation. What is the foundation we set? We set our foundation based on agriculture. And spices is our main product as far as agriculture is concerned. So this is something that has been burning my heart since, and I am happy for the opportunity right now to voice my opinion on such, and I hope, it will be given some sort of consideration now.
Thank you, caller. Thank you so much for the opportunity.
Remember I said it was two issues.
Yes, well, go ahead.
The second one is, I have been working along with the Ministry of Housing in the northeast St. George's area. Currently, I find there has been a little slowdown in terms of helping people out in terms of their housing. There's a lady whose house was burnt 2 days before New Year's, and up to this very date, they're still struggling to live in the conditions that they're living in, the makeshift conditions. I find we need to, I have a great knowledge of what's happening in that area, and I have done a lot of groundwork in terms of helping people who, we don't like to use the word vulnerable, but let's say less fortunate. People who they cannot afford to do something proper in terms of living conditions. I know of other people, besides that burnt house, where there is an issue with materials. But let's get it sorted out. They have children. They have about 5 children in that household, and they live in deplorable conditions. I know of another lady. You could push your finger through her wall, her plywood wall. You could push your finger through. She's living in a very unsafe environment. She does not have toilet and bath. We need to step up on those things. So there are things that, we need to step up on. The previous administration, everybody have their flaws. The previous administration, the present administration, but we need to move forward in a positive direction. Thank you.
Thank you, caller. Thank you for your contribution, and certainly hope the necessary folks in authority may have heard what you said, and certainly will, of course, speedily try to rectify the problem. 435-2041, 435 open line this morning. Feel free to give me a call, express your views, your concern, an issue that's of concern to you. Feel free also to send your comments, whether it's by the WhatsApp or the Facebook page. My apology for someone was trying to call. I didn't have that phone disengaged. So once again, as I was saying, feel free to give me a call. Feel free to send your messages via via the WhatsApp or the comment section of Facebook. I will certainly get and read them out this morning. Let's go back to the phone line. Caller, good morning and welcome.
Welcome. Good morning, sir. How are you going?
Not too bad. How about you?
Very good program, man. But I have a few comments to make.
Go right ahead, please.
One of the things I am disturbed of the news this morning with the quality of houses that we got from the Chinese. You see, government must put certain things into place. That when foreigners come to build houses in Grenada, we must use the materials that we have. They must have engineers inspecting the thing. How much money are we paying the Chinese to build houses that are incomplete, where all the materials come from China? I understand that they used to get free pass on the port to bring in their materials. Our business people and get a sale for the thing. We may be still owing the Chinese for those houses, and presently those houses cannot be occupied. To me, something is wrong. Governance have to be better than that. Now, this present government have to waste so much money in houses that were given up as if they were completed. And it is not yet completed in a length of time. And not only in Grenada with some of them houses, even some of the houses in Carriacou. So I'm just saying that for what it's worth. Government must start looking that when they want to build the capacity of the nation to go forward, that the foreign partners that they choose help our people develop, because all our money will be wasted on foreign things that make no sense for our country. You take the building of the stadium. At one time we thought we had the stadium free, but then we had to pay for the stadium. We get houses and we thought that we had houses free. Look at what happened to CCC with the road. A lot of the millions of dollars that could have been used in other areas were used to fix road that never was really fixed. So I think that the government should think about some of these things. And one last point I would like to make. When government give contractors contract to do certain things like fix road, make sure that they do it well. Do not spend money on infrastructure that in the future you have to go back and spend the money on again in the same project, and that money could have been done better for the betterment of our people. Thank you very much, JDC, for making that comment.
All right, thank you so much for your contribution also, caller. Have yourself a great day. Let's go to the Facebook page. Obviously, you could scroll through and take a peek at some of the comments before entertaining another phone call. Let's take this one from Ernesto. All seem to making those lengthy comments. So let me see if I can get the one that you made there out this morning. Today, I want to speak about the disrespect by some of our senior citizens to the new young administration and its persons who should know better. No, benefiting from taxpayers' monies. You may not have supported or voted the administration, but you please have some respect for the officers in which the offices in which they held. And it started by the opposition leader, who is the past, called them names, and we can do better and achieve more if we learn to respect each other in the administration. Failed, we all fail. So put aside your hatred and the boots on the ground. Be our guide to building a better Grenada. Let's entertain another caller. Caller, good morning and welcome.
Yes, good morning, and how are you, GT?
Doing pretty well. Good morning to you.
Okay, I just want to make a comment from what the General Secretary of the NNP party said recently. He made mention, compare NNP as the West Indian team, when the West Indian team was doing very well and now they fall. And the West Indian team was doing very well for over 20 years. And in truth and in fact, NMP was there for 20. So it means now that they fall now like the West Indies team, and NDC will be there for the next 20 years.
That's it, caller.
This is what I want to say. And I also want to mention when the West Indies team was falling, the guy sing the song, but that was a good singer singing. We rallied around the West Indies. The guys, I can't remember what country he's from. We say rally around the West Indies. So right now, NMP should be rallying around the NDC because we might be there for the next 20 years. Thank you.
Thank you, caller. Thank you for your contribution. It's 20 minutes after the hour this morning. Here on To The Point, we drew for a break. Let's take it, and we will entertain more of your calls when we come back after the break. Stay with us. We're coming right back.
More chances to multiply your Playway winnings by adding Multi-X to your regular Playway bets to win up to 5 times more. Imagine winning as much as $1,200 instead of $240 with a $10 Playway bet by simply adding Multi-X. Place your Playway bets from $1 to $10 or in increments on your favorite Playway symbols or numbers. Then add the Multi-X option at the same value to win 2 times, 3 times, 5 times more. Or free plays. With Multi-X, you must bet the same amount wagered on your regular Playway bets for your winnings to be multiplied. Grenadians, value your dreams and win your way as much as 5 times more. With Multi-X added to Playway and watch your money grow. Must be 18 years or older to play. NLA, making your dreams come true.
New era. Chaos and LED. Get on us, Lord. Grenada are the best ones by far. Grenada are the best job in the whole wide world. Grenada are the best ones by far. Grenada are the best job in the whole wide world. Watch Mass and watch Bacchanal, Soca Grand International. That's going around the globe, Soca not just for Carnival. Watch Mass and watch Bacchanal, Soca Grand International. That's going around the globe.
Welcome back, listeners and viewers. It's To The Point for today, Friday, the 30th day of June, 2023, the final day of this particular month, and the final work week for a vast majority of us. So, good morning, one and all. Let's go to the phone line and entertain a call. It's an open line session this morning, which means you feel free to give me a call, express your views and concerns. Caller, good morning, and you are so welcome. Good morning to you.
GP, good morning. How are you?
Doing pretty well.
GP, I too, like one of your callers, was surprised to learn that Grenada had to pay for those Chinese houses. I thought they were given to Grenada. This is what we were meant to reveal, that these houses were given to us. I remember once there was a Chinese ambassador, there was a lady on the program on GBN, was talking all the nice things what they're doing for Grenada. And I asked the question, why are you people doing what you just spoke about? Oh, we love you all. We love you all. You know, we love the nation. We love Grenada. It's a beautiful country. No, I'm not surprised at the condition and the quality of the houses. Because a few years ago, I was listening to a program on American Tonight. And there was this newscast where there was a little inclemency in the weather in some part of China. And a lady went to close a window, and as she stretched her hand and she held the window, she must have leaned on the wall and see the window, the wall, everything went down. The lady died. And you know what the president of China said? Oh, they must be a little more careful when they're going to lean on walls. I find it was so stupid. So I'm not surprised at the quality of the houses that they build here. And as one of your callers intimated, all the material that they use was duty-free coming into the country. And so people were convinced they're giving us that free. So, you know, we can just give them. Not knowing that we have to pay for the houses. I'm surprised that we have to pay. So I'm keep saying, when I speak, oh, people negative. Everything you say is negative. Everything, That's what commenters say. But if we really think and we analyze what is going on, we would just be more cautious. Not everybody who coming to you and they're telling you a nice story, you know what the motive is. China want to be in the Caribbean because of political things. They want to cover the Caribbean because they want to be closer to America, closer to Russia. They want to be closer to Israel. They know why. If people know what the Bible says and they know that prophetic things that will come to pass, they will not be talking the way they do. So I am not surprised to hear the condition of these Chinese people. And I thought they were complete retrofitting with cupboards and cabinets. Nothing. We have to still pay much that we have to pay for the house. So what is the benefit that we are getting from China? What is the benefit? And that is what we need to ask. Thank you.
Thank you, caller. Thank you for your contribution. 435-2041, 435-2041. Let's go to the Facebook page, grab another comment. Now, the present administration is moving in a positive direction. This is their first year in operation, and the operation accomplishments were made. It is a long road ahead, and we can only aspire and achieve with collaboration, love, understanding, and respect for each other. Please, peace and love. So that's a comment there from an individual by the name of Wilma. Is it Wilma? My apology, Wilma. Let's grab another caller. We lost that caller there. 435-2041. Feel free to give me that call. We go in live when I do get you online. Please get ready to go live instantly. Okay. Good morning to you, caller. Welcome.
Hi. Good morning. Welcome. A couple of things quickly. First of all, about the MNIB. I understand the opposition is asking for an update on MNIB, which is legitimate. They should. But when, for all the years that they were in charge, MNIB was never about farmers, or even about the employees. It was all about finding jobs for the big boys, doing deals by buying property in Grenville where we didn't really need an outlet, getting big real estate commissions. It was never about farmers. Most of what this government did had nothing to do with the people of Grenada. It was all about how they could make profit for themselves and their friends by manipulating these organizations. Now, the matter of crime, I hope that people are not trying to politicize or weaponize crime. Criminal activity is a very serious thing. And it hurts when we see young people being wasted away like that. Most of us are parents, so we have nephews, nieces. It is a sad thing. It's nothing to play politics with. But let me tell you a fact. I don't know if you're old enough to have been around in 2008. Were you around in 2008?
Yes, I was around in 2008.
Yes, you were. In 2008, by the end of June, we had, I think, 15 homicides. Do you remember that happening?
Yes, I'm listening. I ask
if you recall that happening, because there was a rumor.
I don't recall.
Yes, but there was a rumor. People were saying, that they need to get 15. For one for every constituency before the election in July. You understand what I'm saying? So what is happening now, as bad as it is, I don't think it's the worst we have seen. It's alarming. But to make it seem as though this has never happened before, I hope we'll never get to 15 by the end of this year, by God's grace. But to make it seem like this is the worst we have seen, to me, is nothing could be further than the truth. By this time in 2008, we had either 14 or 15 homicides. So please, let us put things in context. Don't try to weaponize or politicize crime and violence and things of that sort. And hoodwink Grenadians into thinking that because of this new government, these things are happening. Because in 2008, it was the end of 3 consecutive terms of the NNP. 3 consecutive NNP terms. By middle of the year, 15 homicides. So we have to be careful. Please, and don't try to misconstrue things and mislead Grenadians by trying to weaponize and politicize things as serious as criminal activity. Thank you very much.
Thank you for your contribution as always, caller. Have yourself a great morning. 435-2041. Don't forget, folks, CARICOM Day celebration. Yes, don't forget, coming up July the 4th will be a public holiday, and there's some activities taking place this coming weekend. Don't forget, on Sunday, July the 2nd, that road relay in conjunction with the Grenada, of course, Athletic Association. It starts from 4 p.m. Certainly, as the morning progresses, I will certainly give you the roof. And then, of course, on Monday, July the 3rd, the flag raising ceremony, Botanical Gardens, the fitness walk, and cultural extravaganza. And all of that will, of course, culminate when we have that day, which will be on the 4th, when we have that public holiday. Let's go back to the phone line. Caller, good morning. You're welcome.
Hello, sir. Morning.
Good morning to you.
I tried desperately to get on to Innocent program this morning to deal with an issue that is very much topical in Grenada right now. That of the protesting that is going on in the Republic Bank. Now, frankly, I would prefer, or I would rejoice if the workers shut down this bank. The management of this bank has been exploiting the workers. The management of the bank internationally, I'm talking about that this bank is not a local bank only. They have international connection right now. Where they went a few years ago and bought a few banks up to the tune of over $9 billion in Africa. At a time when the shareholders in the bank were not given dividends. They were claiming, the management or the board of directors of that bank has been claiming, and the manager, the director was a Grenadian, but he lives in Trinidad. The chief director was trying to convince the shareholders that their shares are corrosive. It is a burden to the bank. A few months after that, they went and buy banks in Africa, in places in Africa, to the tune of over $9 billion. And when they said $9 billion, they're not talking about EC dollars. They're talking about US dollars. Well, at the time, they're not paying dividends, and they're telling the shareholders that they're not making money. The head of the union that is negotiating for the workers said for the past 2 years, over $24 million, he must be talking about EC, I think, this time, was made as profit. And now that the workers are looking for increase after they didn't get for 4 years, you're telling me that they cannot give them money? The shareholders cannot get the dividends? For years now, the shareholders have not been given their dividends. This bank is an anomaly in this place. And the government need to look into this thing. It is a serious issue. And shareholders are angry about this issue. I know that for sure. Now the workers are angry. I don't mind if they shut down this bank. Take care, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for your contribution. Certainly an interesting one. 445-2041. 445-2041. Feel free to give me a call and express your views and current concerns this morning. It's an open line segment this morning, folks, here on To The Point, which means you listeners and viewers, you have the option of calling in and sharing your views and concerns. Let's go back to the phone line. Caller, you're welcome. Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning to you.
I just want to add to the complaints made about the structures of these Chinese buildings. When I say I want to add to it, my memory goes back to the latter days of colonialism. The British built for us a number of schools, quite a number of schools, and we were glad to have it. We rejoiced when we got it. But the materials that built these schools came from England. We later understood that there were some politicians in England who were involved in business in the production of these materials. When the schools went bad, the fittings and so forth start falling down, the rotting and so forth. They could not be replaced with local material because the factories that built these, that manufactured these fittings, they had to shut down because some of them were cancerous. And we still go back in the same principle, where people say they're giving us things. If they give us at all, we don't know yet. But they say they're giving us things, and what they give us are rejects from their countries. They cannot be used in their countries. So we have to be very careful as to what we receive from foreign countries, because they're giving us what seems to be rejects, and we cannot replace it with local materials. Thank you.
Thank you also, caller. Thank you for your contribution. Folks, feel free to give me a call, 435-2041, 435-2041. We head back to the phone line. Good morning to you, caller. Welcome.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning to you.
Today?
Not bad at all.
I just want to make a contribution on these buildings and things. One of the things we have to do in Grenada, we have to blame ourselves. Because what I know is, when you have contracts, you're supposed to have directors on this project, whether who, what company, where they come from, the class, the color. And the director is supposed to be Grenadian. I look at something going on the airport down there, and I wonder if we have directors here. No, I happen to be one of the people who work on the underground section of the stadium for running the high power cables. And the problem we encountered there was because these people, when you reach to the manhole, they put they just take a strong piece of pipe and put there, what you call running the duct. But all the way around, when you try to pull the cables, we encounter in blockage and the cable cannot come. When they have to dig out, it takes us over a month and something to solve that problem. All the pipe was an inferior pipe, so the weight and the pressure of the water squeeze these pipes. When we go to the people in charge right in the stadium, they tell us that is what they have, that is what they bring in. When we tell them, look, we have stronger pipes in Grenada, they say, no, we donating everything. So you have to look at that. I look at the situation in Locker Room up there, not Locker Room, with the Chinese houses. And I passed, I was ashamed. They do all this building, widen part of the road. The government supposed, and we as Grenadians supposed to look, that project should include from the main road, widening that road, the bridge. There's a bridge there. You have to freight to cross there. That bridge could go down. And then there's a continual road from the old housing project that I need to ride in. So sometimes we have to look at things in a positive way. But we must have directors on these projects. Look, MK came here and did work for the government of Grenada Development. And Grenada had no directors on that project, but USAID had directors on that project. And I see that these men making these contractors take out things and put in the right things. So this is the way we have to go. We creating problems for ourselves as Grenadians. We only welcome in everything, Tom, Dick, and Harry, and they do know what they want. Thank you.
Thank you, caller. Thank you so much for your contribution this morning. Folks, we drew for a break. Let's take it. We come back and with more of your calls here on To The Point when we come back in another segment.
At the NIS, our team proudly works to support the evolving needs of Grenadians. We have made some changes to our operations and want to keep you informed. Firstly, we are happy to introduce the new unemployment benefit. This benefit will provide an insured person with 50% of his or her former income in the case of sudden unemployment. To support this benefit and other benefits we offer, it was necessary to increase the contribution rate. The contribution rate will increase gradually each year until it reaches 16% in 2031. As always, the contribution will be split between you and your employer. The pensionable age will also increase from 60 to 65 years. This increase will also be gradually reaching age 65 in 2029. Pensioners will continue to be eligible for a pension from age 60, but will receive a reduced payment. The NIS recognizes that the prices of basic customer goods are increasing globally. Therefore, we are happy to also increase the weekly minimum pension payment by 25%. Finally, we have adjusted our survivor's benefit payment to a percentage of the age pension minimum. Widows, widowers, and dependent parents will receive 100% or $58 weekly, while children will receive 50% or $29 weekly of the deceased's pension. We are here to make the transition to these new changes as clear and simple as possible. If you have any questions on how these changes impact you and your family, please contact our new informational hotline at 440-6647 or visit www.nisgrenada.org. Thank you for allowing us to be your social security provider.
Welcome back to our listeners and viewers. It's To The Point for today, Friday, June the 30th. Let's go back to the phone line. Caller, good morning, and you're welcome. Welcome to The Point.
Hello, good morning. How are you?
Doing pretty well, sir. Go right ahead with your contribution.
Very nice of you. Now, I want to say something, and I'm saying it abundantly clear because I'm sure I know what I'm saying. All the Chinese houses and the houses that the Chinese build, right, we have no, and there has none of what you call physical planning. People was nowhere wrong in them building. Nowhere wrong in them building. Right? So what they wanted to do, that is what they do. Right? And when the ordinary local people is fighting to build a home for themselves, to make themselves comfortable, physical planning is not giving them a rest, not a peace, not a chance of their life. Right? But the idea is the foreigners could come and do what they want, how they want, and the citizens have to think. This is why I said, right, we're alien in our own country. Right? We're alien in our own country because them could come and do what they want. Right? And this is why I turn around and say the porcupine on them is very, very serious. So you have to be very circumspect with them because they know very well what it was. They didn't go through the proceed with it. They hold it down and today they want to blame other people for it. It's unfair. It's unfair because I work with the Chinese and I know that. Thank you. Have a nice day.
Thank you, sir. You have a great day yourself. Let's take a couple of the WhatsApp messages there we bit. We have one WhatsApper saying, there's no free lunch. Investors have to make a profit. Countries also have their residents to take care. We need to take that into consideration. Let's grab another comment via the WhatsApp this morning. Chinese never give anything for free. Examine any gift horse in a month of some of the sort. They are not the enemy, but we have their own agenda. Let's take another comment there from the WhatsApp this morning. This individual is saying, thank you, good morning again. Congratulations to Anderson Peters for winning at the with 90.31 meters. All the best. That's a shout out there from. That's for congratulations there to Anderson Peters from Heather. Let's go back to the phone line. Caller, good morning, welcome.
Yeah, morning.
Good morning to you.
Hello, I'm listening to your program. But what I think happening with the Grenadian people, they're too political, both groups, NNP and DC people. They don't understand how things work globally. I heard it talking about Chinese housing, MNIB and all them things. Grenada is a small country. We don't have a lot of technology. And all we have is we have more academia as modern technology. Academia is stacking. But to build a country, you have to have technology and you have to have finance. Now, Chinese houses in Grenada or Venezuela housing in Grenada. These houses come to Grenada because we don't have the technical skills and the resources. So government, whether it's NDC or NNP, they have to look outside to get things. Nothing for nothing, yes. I do agree. But the way we speak, we politicizing everything. And in terms of crime in Grenada have nothing to do with politics. Crime in Grenada is just ignorance. Gang, young people, young men. Maybe the government should get some social workers or people who study sociology and history. History is very important, and sociology, to go to the community and tell the young people what they're doing is wrong. It don't have nothing to do with politics. A young man take a knife and he stab a next young man. He doesn't have nothing to do with it because NDC is in power. Or if NNP was in power, you say NNP. So if NNP people say the crime is because of NDC, again, that's ignorant. The crime is social problem. We've been influenced by American hip-hop culture, Jamaican dancehall music with violence and so. These things come creeping into our society, and you have the old tradition where there was Bajan in the village and village fight, and young guys can handle themselves. Yeah, nothing to do with politics. And as long as Grenada don't accept that we have to deal with the global world to survive, we'll always be fighting in one another. We cannot leave Grenada in a bubble. You have to trade with China, America, everybody, Russia, Cuba, wherever. Even Africans are coming now because you're part of the global world. The point is us in Grenada is we have to accept people are going to come to Grenada. And politicizing everything as politics is nonsense. Anyway, that's my point.
Thank you, caller. Thank you so much for your contribution. 435-2041, 435-2041. That's the number to be part of To The Point this morning. Let me see if I could grab some comments from the Facebook before we entertain another caller. And we have another comment here from Ernesto. Is saying, I happened to watch the graduation of the St. Patrick's Anglican School, and I was touched and happy to see that the school is that I once attended before going to MacDonald College, now having a graduation for their students who will start a new journey in life. I take off my hat to the principal, Jenny, and the staff for the many achievements made by the students of SPAC, and I am proud to see that I am an Anglican Pass student, MacDonald College also. Let's entertain another caller there this morning. We suddenly lost that call. 435-2041. Certainly 435-2041. Feel free to give me that call, and you certainly will be going live on anytime you get that click, folks. Remember, you certainly will be going live at the time. Once again, it's an open line for To The Point this morning. Let's go back to the phone line. Caller, good morning, and you're welcome.
Hello, good morning, sir.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm all right for the time being. I'm so glad that I happened to get onto your program at this time, because so often that I try calling and I could not get through at all.
All right.
Listen, the guy that made his contribution just a while ago, he is so much on point with all of the violence and stuff that's going on in the country. And he's not people try to spin it as politics, is this government, past government, because the youth can find work and the youth this and the youth that. I think the guy made a very, very valid point, and I'm so happy somebody is looking at it just as I'm looking at it. Thank you very much.
Thank you also. Thank you for your contribution. 435-2041, 435-2041. Let's go back to the phone line. Caller, good morning and welcome.
Good morning, GT.
How are you doing this morning, sir? All right.
I had a challenge the last time I was on your program, and I wanted to call in today to just make my submission. And the caller, while I was on your program, indicated that CARICOM did not establish the UWI. And I want to therefore now confirm that he was correct.
Okay.
And that the UWI was established in 1948, and it was originally the University College of the West Indies. And it is a public university system established to serve the people of the Caribbean and the globe. And that it has 3 campuses in Jamaica, Trinidad, Barbados. What is interesting is that the original campus was a branch of the University of London, and it achieved university status in 1962. Ironically, the same year that Jamaica became an independent nation. And the Asquith Commission was established 5 years earlier to review the state of higher education in the British colonies. So the Asquith Commission, which was led by a Mr. Justice Cyril Asquith, it was established by the former colonial government. So in fact, UWI, its origin, history, emanated from our colonial powers. I just wanted to share this and to say that your caller was indeed correct.
Right.
But that does not underestimate the value which CARICOM continues to play today in UWI.
All right. Thank you so much, Derek.
Exactly.
Thank you so much. All right. 435-2041, 435-2041. Feel free to give me that call. We have a few more minutes left on today's program. It's an open line segment this morning, which means viewers and listeners out there, you have the option of calling, sharing your views, your concerns. There's probably something that's you want to get off that's been bothering you for a wee bit, or you may have a concern that you may want to express. Feel free to do that this morning. Let's go back to the phone line. Caller, good morning, and you're welcome.
Hello.
Good morning to you, caller. Welcome.
JT, JT.
Good morning. How are you? Please go ahead with your contribution, please.
Yes, but you GT, but why you got RF on your shirt? Huh?
You're very.
What is RF? They mean RF? Run for your life?
Well, I'm not sure what you want to interpret it to be, but you have any other contribution you want to make?
Not really.
All right, man.
It's
have a good day.
Surprising that I got through, because something you're trying to hold in, you don't get through.
All right, well, something you got through this morning. Have a good morning and have a great weekend.
You too, man.
Okay, be good. All right, 435-2041. Very observant that he saw RF on my shirt. Anyway, what does it mean? Anyway, 435-2041. Feel free to give me that call, and let's go back to the phone line. Caller, good morning and welcome.
Hi, good morning.
Good morning to you.
I want to change the subject around a little bit.
Go right ahead, please.
Because the Christmas season, just come upon us all of a sudden.
You're thinking Christmas already?
Yeah, but I want to take in front because Grenada has a very serious import bill, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we have situations with youths and things like that. So I'm saying for Christmas, this Christmas season coming up, I don't really do too much with that, but I think that people should try to be more buy local for like children, for family and things like that. Let us go more a buy local Christmas. Okay?
All right.
So that our import bill could be reduced, because I think that bill shoots up around that time of the year.
Great point, caller.
We have the plastic this and plastic that.
Mm-hmm.
But let us try to get it more, a little coconut this, or a little bamboo this, a little, mahogany this. You know what I mean? Let us make it, and so in that way, foster in our youths the joy and the gratitude for the things that we have in our little corner.
All right.
Okay? That's one thing. And then the next thing is also connected with that season. Now, I know parents work very hard to give their children the best they could, and that time time of year is one of those times when they really go all out, right? And it's a kind of a feeling I get as I'm a mature person when I hear the credit being given to Santa. No, Santa has nothing to do with us. And we are training our children up on a lie. And we tell our children, don't lie to us, and we mustn't tell lies. They must be truthful, they must be honest. No deceit is accepted here, and things like that, right? But that is a fundamental and a basic lie that is perpetuated every year. Every year that Santa bring this and Santa drop that. And this time is Daddy and Mama that doing the whole works and really busting his tail out to give the children these things. And then you hear the Santa talk. And so the children know. I think children should be told the truth. I think they should be told the truth, and they must be taught gratitude to their parents for the hard work that they put into making them happy, you know. And it's a very serious thing because this is years and years, almost must be hundreds of years of this lie being perpetuated throughout the world. And I think that, we in Grenada sometimes even get so skittish that we even talk about the chimney and all of that. No, let us be more real with our children, and our children will be more real with us. Let us be more truthful with our children, and our children will be more truthful with us.
All right.
And all of that can help to eliminate crime. Because what the youths are needing to hear, and half of them don't listen to this program, who really need it, but they need to hear about brotherly love. They need to hear about sisterly love, love of parents, love of ancestors, love of our community, love of our environment. They need to learn that. They need to be reminded of that as much as possible, and pass it on in the community. Put up posters. Practice brotherly love today. You know, smile for a granny, whether it's yours or somebody else's own. You know, give a little helping hand here and there. These are the posters we should have up in our community. Okay?
All right.
So that our children will be educated in the right way. And I want to give thanks for the opportunity to address the nation. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Cole, and thank you for your contribution. You did make some valid points, and that could be put into consideration. Thank you so much. Hey, folks, that's what we also come to the end of today's program. Thank you so much, all those who have contributed some way, whether it's via your phone call, the messages via the WhatsApp and the Facebook. Thank you so much. All who viewed the program for the entire week. This is the final one we're having for this week. I want to thank you once again for the contribution you made. Have a pleasant day and a great weekend ahead. Don't forget of course, the Caribbean celebrations coming up this weekend. Lots of activities that you certainly could be part of. And whether you go out, let me see if I could quickly grab it again before I wrap this morning. Don't forget, coming up on Sunday the 2nd, there will be that road relay in conjunction with the Grenada Athletic Association. Starts at 4 p.m. and the route is as follows. That relay route is from the stadium car park, goes to Melville Street, the tunnel, Carnage, Tantine, Paddock, Springs, Woodlands, Grand Dance Valley, up and down the Maurice Bishop Highway, Montrouge. You go around the Montrouge Loop and onto the Montrouge Plain Field. That's coming up on Sunday the 2nd of July. Then on Monday the 3rd, don't forget there will be that flag raising ceremony at the Botanical Gardens, fitness walk and cultural extravaganza. There's also going to be that fitness walk starts. Let me just talk about the fitness walk for a wee bit. It starts from the Ministerial Complex, starts around 2:30 p.m. and ends at the Camahan Park. And at the park, there will be cultural extravaganza, including music by the steel band, dancers, etc. Also, a mini trade show and food, drinks on sale, and showcasing that's CARICOM cuisine. And the events will end just around 6:30 p.m. So CARICOM celebrations in Grenada this weekend, and on the 4th of July, it's a public holiday. So until you hear from me again, we'll be next week. Have yourself a great weekend, and be good to yourself and others. That's why I say goodbye for today. Have a good one, folks. That's where we come to the end of To The Point.